Natasha Dunker. I'm the president of Urban Edge. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank everyone who is here today for joining in our celebration of Walker Park Apartments and Delphine's Courtyard. I want to thank our speakers, Mayor Marty Walsh, Lauren Liss from Mass Development, Senator Sonia Chang Diaz, Rep. Liz Malia, Walker Park resident Cassandra Amazon, and Pam Walker, who was representing the Walker family. I would also like to thank our additional elected officials who are here today. City Councilor Matt O'Malley, thank you, and City Councilor Althea Garrison, thank you for joining us today. I also want to especially thank the funders and partners who make these kinds of projects possible. The program lists all of those who have supported this project and made this day possible, but I would like to take a quick moment to thank the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Department of Housing and Community Development, the City of Boston and its Department of Neighborhood Development, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, Community Economic Development Assistance Corporation, Mass Development, Mass Housing Investment Corp., Mass Housing Partnership, Brookline Bank, Enterprise Community Partners, U.S. Bank, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Klein Hornig, Friends of the Egleston Square Library, Nat Haley, and finally our amazing architects at PCA and the team at NEI General Contracting for getting these beautiful homes built. As you can see, it takes a lot of partnership, so thank you all. 45 years ago, residents of the neighborhood came together to fight for the community and ultimately led to the establishment of Urban Edge. And through the building, thank you, I'll take that. And through the building of affordable housing and our programs, we help to build vibrant, prosperous neighborhoods in Roxbury and Jamaica Plain. Walker Park is yet another example of how we live out our mission. Here at Walker Park, we've created 49 brand new and affordable homes. We'd like to welcome our new neighbors to Egleston Square and know you'll find our neighborhood a good place to live and connect with our community. As Urban Edge's board president, I would like to give a huge shout out to our real estate team, especially our director of real estate, Emily Loomis. I don't know, Emily, where are you? And project manager, Sharon, where are you? Sharon Small, thank you. Job well done. And while some strong Roxbury pudding stone and a little utility lockout caused a delay in getting families moved in, our team at Urban Edge stayed the course. But more importantly, each and every one of you here today stuck with us, knowing what was coming and what it meant for Egleston Square. Here at Urban Edge, we promise to stick with you and build even more affordable housing in the years to come. I'd like to turn things over to a man who seems to know a lot about ribbon cuttings lately. And the reason he is at so many of these events is because he is leading the charge for all of us here in Boston to develop the housing that meets the demands of all families as our city rapidly grows and thrives. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Marty Walsh.
Thank you very much, Natasha, and thank you. There's a lot of thank yous to go around, and I'm not going to thank everyone here as well, but I want to thank Urban Edge. I want to thank the residents at Walker Park. I want to thank our partners, the state, for being such a strong supporter. I want to thank Marty Jones as well for her great work. I've worked with Marty in the past. I know they were already mentioned, but the elected officials, because when it comes to housing and affordable housing, we all work together. We have Senator Sonia Chang Diaz here. Thank you, Senator. State Representative Liz Malia is here. City Councilor Matt O'Malley is here. City Councilor at Large, Althea Garrison is here. I want to thank you, Councilor, for being here. To the Walker family that's here today, thank you, Walker family. I thought the Walsh family was big, and so I saw the Walker family. Thank you for being here as well. And also, I think Pam's going to speak in a few minutes. Pam Walkner, Daphne's daughter.
Delphine.
Delphine, I'm sorry, Delphine, I knew that. Delphine's daughter. Today we celebrate the creation of 49 units of beautiful homes. This is a big investment, which takes a lot of partners to do. It's a great opportunity for working families, and it's part of our plan to keep housing affordable and accessible throughout the city of Boston. Sheila Dillon and her team from Housing is here. The city invested $2.6 million in this project to bring this vacant lot to life. It also builds on the great work that's happening next door, the Egleston Square branch library, $12 million investment that's going to be happening next door in this great neighborhood. This new beautiful development is named after an activist in the community where her home once stood. Hands around Egleston to unite the members. This is a place where everyone knew they were welcome. And that spirit still lives on in this great space. This place is going to continue, this sacred ground is going to continue to be a source of community and support for Roxbury. I want to thank Delphine's family, and she would have been proud. She's here today looking down, and she'd be very proud of today. There's a lot of housing activists here today, whether you work for a company or you're just active at a neighborhood meeting. This project is also special because it's part of the Green Affordable Housing Program. These new programs, these new homes are highly energy efficient with top-of-the-line appliances. We're making sure as we continue to move forward that we're strengthening our communities and protecting our environment at the same time. I want to give a shout out to all the young kids that are here too, because I played some ball a few minutes ago with a lot of little guys and girls that are over here somewhere. I want to thank them because the future of our city depends upon us doing some strong work. I just want to give one quick couple stats. This kind of progress that we're doing today, cutting the ribbon, is happening all over our city. We're committed to building 69,000 new homes across all income levels to keep us up with our city's growth, and most importantly, to prevent displacement from happening in our city. We need to keep housing affordable for families. Thanks to this project here and many projects like this one, we're reaching our goal. So far, since I've been mayor, we've created almost 30,000 units of housing, with 20% of those units income restricted. That's 1 in 5. We're using every single tool in our toolbox. We're renovating our oldest public housing developments. With your help, we passed the Community Preservation Act to increase our state match. I want to thank the legislature, who worked really hard this year to get more money in the CPA. Last year we get 17 cents on the dollar. Next year we can get 40 cents with the help of our legislature here for what they did. Earlier this week, with the help of the City Council, we passed and took another big step strengthening our inclusionary development and linkage funds. That's at the State House now, so we can work to get more money into affordable housing. I also want to thank Urban Edge and Egleston Square Branch Library for applying to the CPA. $200,000 in Community Preservation Act funds will allow us to create a beautiful Parker Park that the residents and the library patrons can enjoy. We're going to continue that. So the last thing is we spent a lot of time advocating and pushing and fighting and protesting to make sure that we help everyone in the city of Boston. Today is a day for people to take a deep breath and realize that your work is paying off. I want to congratulate all the families who now will be able to call this home. I want to thank all the organizations who helped put this together, and we need to continue to work together on great projects like this one so we can do more ribbon cuttings and make sure that the future of our city allows anyone who wants to be part of our future can be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh. Now I would like to introduce Lauren Liss from Mass Development. Lauren.
Thank you. What a beautiful night to be here celebrating such a great project. On behalf of Governor Baker, Lieutenant Governor Polito, Housing and Economic Development Secretary Mike Keneally, it is my pleasure and honor to be here tonight with all of you to celebrate this incredible success in affordable housing for the Commonwealth and for the city of Boston. It is particularly special to be here tonight for me with two of my very favorite Martys. First, Mayor Marty Walsh. What a wonderful night for you, for the community, for the city. Thank you so much for everything that you do for affordable housing, for green development in the city of Boston, for being such a great and staunch supporter. So thank you so much. And one of my second favorite Martys, as the mayor alluded to, Marty Jones, Urban Edge's interim CEO. And my predecessor at Mass Development. Congratulations to you and Urban Edge on this grand achievement. No matter what role Marty is in, you will find no more dedicated champion for affordable housing than Marty. Marty, thank you for your tireless work. And Urban Edge, what do we say about you? You are truly an industry leader in urban development. No one does it better than Urban Edge in terms of delivering a high-quality, vibrant, affordable housing product and a true place for community to thrive. We've worked with you with projects over the years, including the Westminster Court and Wilshire Park Apartments in Roxbury and the Walnut Washington Apartments in Roxbury in JP. We are so proud to be your partners, and we look forward to continuing our work together and to welcoming incoming CEO Emilio Dorselli. At Mass Development, we know that there is nothing more important to economic development than building vibrant communities, than ensuring that all of our residents have access to safe, quality, and an affordable place to call home. That's why the Baker administration has made increasing housing across the Commonwealth a #1 priority. That's why the Governor's Housing Choice Initiative provides incentives, rewards, and technical assistance to encourage and empower local communities to plan and develop and build diverse housing stock across the Commonwealth, and that's exactly what all of our communities need to thrive. And that's why we're asking everyone to support the Housing Choice legislation that will remove existing barriers to creating more housing, including important affordable housing across the Commonwealth. And tonight, again, we are so proud at Mass Development to have been with you to provide $9.4 million in bonds for the construction of Walker Park Apartments. It's a tribute to Delphine Walker. It's a tribute to all of you. Thanks to our partners at Bank of America who purchased the bond. Thanks to everyone that everyone has already mentioned, ditto times infinity. It takes so many partners, our local partners, our state partners, our federal partners, our partners from the private sector, from the public sector, from the nonprofits. We need all of you to make a project like this work. But most of all, what I'd like to say is congratulations and welcome home to the residents of Walker Park who can now call this beautiful place your home. We were here with you in the beginning with the financial support. We were here with you for the groundbreaking, and we are so proud to be here with you tonight and in the future to make more projects like this a reality. I'd also like to give a shout out to my staff at Mass Development, especially Kelsey Schiller and Tony Fracasso, who is our single most energetic and productive houser at Mass Development. Thank you. It's a pleasure, and congratulations.
Thank you. All right, next I would like to introduce Senator Sonia Chang Diaz, who is a very good friend to Urban Edge. Senator Diaz.
You're gonna come with me? Okay, all right. I got my best assistant here. He's a little shy. So I think that Urban Edge gave me the honor of sort of representing the state legislative delegation, and I'll tip my hat again to my sister in good government, Liz Melia, who's here from the House side. I'm just guessing, they didn't actually say this, but I'm just guessing that perhaps I got the moment on the mic because I actually come to this role with two hats. One, of course, representing the state legislature and the JP and Roxbury delegation, which, it's enormous pride when I think about the more than $3 million worth of state tax dollars that were invested in this property. But I think also my dual role here is as a parishioner of St. Mary of the Angels. And I see all my St. Mary's people in the crowd. I want to give them a shout out. And it was such a joy for me to get to know and worship with Delphine. And I'm going to just look around for the Walker family. Are you all, where's the Walker family? Are you all distributed? Okay. Delphine was an institution at St. Mary's, and it's such a joy for us to have her sort of, permanently represented in the neighborhood through this building. I'll confess, and I'll ask you guys not to mention this to Father Carlos, but sometimes, only occasionally, when my mind would wander, during Mass, my eye would fall on Delphine, and she just was always dressed to the nines, right? She fully lived. She brought joy to everything that she did, and I hope that spirit will continue on here in Walker Apartments. And I see it also in the work that the Urban Edge team put forward here, not just in building this building, which will represent homes for real families in Boston, but in the ways that this project has also built community and has built wealth in our communities, so that we are not just enabling how many units are we in this building? 49. So not just the 49 families that are going to be able to stay in this neighborhood because they can live in this building, but the scores of families that are building wealth in Boston by having helped build this building. And this is a case study on how to do it right. Urban Edge someone will correct me if I get these numbers wrong, but I asked before coming here today. Urban Edge has hit standard-bearing numbers in terms of the percentage of jobs on this project that have gone to local residents here in Boston, workers of color here in Boston, and in the percentage of the contracts on this building that have gone to minority-owned businesses here in Boston. I think hitting almost 50%. Of the contract value going to contractors of color, and I think into the 70s for local residents who have worked on this project. That's how you do it. So we're building homes, we're building wealth, and we're building a standard of expectation for how development should be done in our communities. And I'll just close with this, and this is, people who have been at ribbon cuttings with me before have heard this one, so bear with me. But I feel it every time. It's that Cornel West saying about justice is what love looks like in public. And when we do ribbon cuttings like these, it is a physical representation of that truism. That's what St. Mary's is about. That's what the city of Boston is about, and that's what the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is about. And even my 6-year-old, who's doing her homework over here, understands that. We were talking about it as we were walking up the street just from the school pickup, and we're talking about what the ceremony was going to be about. And I was explaining about how every person in Boston and every person in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts helps to build this building. And she's heard me give the spiel about taxes before, so her mind went right. She said, "You mean taxes?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "So what? So like when I went to the dollar store, which is her favorite place in the whole world, yesterday, and I paid 12 cents in taxes, I helped build this building." And I said, "That's right. Yes, you did." So everyone should feel that sense of pride and ownership in this building. So give a round of applause to yourselves for all of our ownership stake in what we're doing here today.
Thank you so much, Senator. Now a woman who needs no introduction, Representative Liz Malia.
Well, I just have to say, it's just about a perfect day. It's perfect weather. The housing looks perfect from the outside. And who would ever thought Urban Edge and the Egleston Square community and St. Mary's and all the people who've lived here and worked here for the years would get to celebrate on a day like this. I think this is almost close to a miracle as you ever come. This really is heartwarming. I'm just so proud of all the people that worked on this. But I also have to say one of the other names that didn't get mentioned that I think a few of us in this room, especially the St. Mary's congregation, will remember is Father Jack Rusin. And what a hoot it would be to have him here today to make sarcastic remarks, but talk about love. And I think that's probably what he would do. It really is wonderful. But so much is owed to Urban Edge for having a vision for so many years, for saving the communities. You know, I lived in Boston back in the day when real estate people were burning houses because they didn't want to invest in anything, and they wanted to get out of a bad market. And one of my first memories of Urban Edge was the fact that they came to Egleston Square and started holding on, claiming and building, because there was a long-term view that the housing was so necessary here. And I think that's one of the highest compliments any community development organization can get, is that they have been here and laid the framework, and you know, we're bearing fruit today. So congratulations to everyone who's here, and thank you all, and thank you very, very much to the Walker family.
And now I'd like to welcome Cassandra Amazon, a resident of Walker Park, to say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
It is an honor to be here to talk about my experience and how grateful I am to be part of the Ribbon Cutting. A year and a half ago, I was going through a difficult situation where I could not afford the rent for the apartment I was renting. After I gave birth to my son, I had to find help from DTA, where I was sent at Casa Nueva Vida, a family shelter. While there, I applied to Win Residential and won the lottery for Walker Park apartments for 3 bedrooms. In the process, I met Regina and Rena, and they helped me a lot. After leaving the shelter, due to my persistence, I was offered a position as a housing manager at Casa Nueva Vida. My advice for any new client is applying to Win Residential. It's work and provide any requested document, and you will see, oh, in Win Residential, they help you. It is amazing the way they respect and treat each resident throughout the process. Someone who lives in Win Residential affordable housing has the same value as someone who has over income, because you are in your own space. A big thank you to all who made possible and helped me to take this opportunity, especially the program manager at Casa Nueva Vida, Ms. Doris Guyton, Urban Edge, and most of all, Ms. Regina, Rena, and Mr. Hector from Win Residential. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cassandra. And now, Pam Walker? Pam Walker from the Walker family will say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. This is Delphine's other legacies. Some more sitting over there. Wrap around. Yeah. I inherited a lot of things from my mother, but Community speaking is not one of them. So, I'd like to thank everyone here today who has made this a special day for my family and the community. I want to thank Mayor Walsh, State Senator Chang Diaz, State Representative Malia, and the folks of the Urban Edge for all the work they have done to make this possible. I can remember being with my mother, Delphine, with all my brothers and sisters, and Father Jack Russo, from the St. Mary's of the Angels, and so many members of the community for Hands Around Egleston. My mother was one of the founders of that event, and we all were a part of it, the majority of us. We, from the beginning, we were there. We held hands down Columbus Ave and Walnut Street, Walnut Park. We released balloons in the sky. My mother cared a lot about Egleston Square and her community and the neighborhood. She worked hard, very hard, to make it a better place for everyone to live. So I know she's looking down on us, smiling. On behalf of my family, I want to thank you for honoring my mother and creating Walker Park and Delphine's Courtyard and naming both of them after her. You guys, I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you. We're grateful. And it's exciting. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, now we're actually going to cut the ribbon.
Good.